Chad Moyer with you here on KTIC, online at kticradio.com. It's JanFest, and one of our sponsors for JanFest, an exhibitor that you can find right here in the exhibit hall, is Jones Grinding, the Parts Junction in Beamer, and the mighty tub grinder there at Jones Manufacturing. Rod Giese and Patrick here to tell us about some of the things that are going on there. First of all, Rod, thanks for joining us here today. A long-standing business there at Jones Manufacturing in Beamer, Nebraska. Give us just a brief history of the company there.
Well, the company has been around since 1929. Gentleman by the name of Les Jones started out. He just a local blacksmith, basically, that started out running grinder mixers around, grinding feed for local producers. It was him and Louis Dinklage that came up with the idea of making a better hay grinder out there. And then Parts Junction's been around since 1992, taking over a lot of the repair business in the area and serving farmers for almost 29 years now.
All right. Before we talk about some of those added businesses that you've got going on in there in Beamer, again, this story about the grinder is so interesting. You start as a hay grinder and the service that provides, but you've really been able to kind of stretch out and make that grinder so suitable for multiple businesses, multiple industries, even, Rod.
Yes, we have expanded. In fact, here just yesterday, we were in a small town in South Dakota working to put one of our grinders in a floor in a pellet mill to start grinding pellets. We are working in the poultry business to help grind the bedding for that. And then we have also developed an elevator, a waste elevator, to help them clean out the barns faster. The other thing that we are been working a lot along too is in the composting and the mulch business. We do a lot more than just grind hay for cattle.
Yeah, that's amazing. Let's expand on this thought that you had too about, kind of fostering businesses in the Beamer area. And that's where the gentleman sitting next to you kind of comes in here. Introduce Patrick there, Rod.
Yep, this is Patrick Calloway. He's been with us now for about 4 years. Patrick will work for what we call the mothership, Jones Industries. He will be working, exclusively with Parts Junction Grinding Service and the manufacturing plant, just trying to get out and to help people's needs in the area. Like I said, in the grinding part of the world, we can handle just about anything that anybody throws at us. And that, we have a lot of experience on that. Parts Junction, our farm repair, we have a service truck that if somebody needs something, we can go out to the farm to get it done, the local feed yards. We're not afraid to travel to go get it done. And then on the manufacturing end, of course, he'll be out helping me sell grinders. He'll be working with different manufacturers in the area, working on plasma parts, getting cut on our plasma table, looking at, trying to get a few guys in for sandblasting, things like that. So we actually have a variety, a lot of things that we can help the people of Cumming County out with.
Yeah. Patrick, introduce yourself here. Tell us a little bit about you and how you've kind of got started with Jones Industries here.
Well, I was just, 26 years old now. Like you said, it started 4 years ago. I was a roofer before that, knew a little bit about welding and decided to do something different with my life, really. And not too long ago, Rod came down at the Parts Junction where I was at and was, said something about looking for another salesman. And it's like, well, I'll give it a shot. Didn't think I wanted to be a welder the rest of my life.
Patrick grew up here locally. He grew up around here in the Wisner area, and he's got a good farm background. He's got a good mechanical mind. He understands how things work. He spent enough time on the floor building grinders, so he understands how the machine works and how it can go through and help people. We can take care of their needs. He has that. He has that ability. As we were talking about the feed system in the pellet system yesterday, he understands what it takes and the number of processes that it takes to take the straw down into a minute measurement, and to make pallets with it.
Just as we kind of wrap up, and you kind of hit on it too, but we want to make sure that we that people understand too that it's more than just the grinders, and it's more than
Right.
just the parts for those grinders too.
Right.
There are quite a few different services through through Jones Grinding, through Jones Manufacturing, and the Parts Junction too, right, Rod?
Yeah, Parts Junction handles probably, as far as I know, one of the largest bearing selections of any shape, size, in the area. Roller chain from the smallest, I want to say probably about a 35 on chain, probably up to, well, we go to an H2100. I think we actually even have 2250 chain on hand. And then we can also handle all the hose repair that any equipment needs at either location. And then we've also probably got one of the largest selections of nuts and bolts in the area. And that includes standard and metric, anything from grade 5 probably up to about a grade 11. So there's G&G sprockets. We can handle anything that anybody throws at us.
All right, so be sure to check the links. We'll have those in the booth there here on the JanFest website. Just as we kind of wrap up, Rod, thoughts for the rest of the winter as you get into the spring? What's kind of the focus for you guys there in Beamer?
The focus right now, of course, for manufacturing, it's keep developing new ideas. We've got a new grinder coming out probably this midsummer. Something that we built way back when, but we put our twist on it. It's a hydro fork on a truck, which a lot of guys have asked for. So we're pushing still on our electric stationaries on the manufacturing part of it. Grinding service will take care of all your grinding needs this winter. And then Parts Junction, think of us when it comes to get time to get the planter ready, get the disc ready. We can get it all done.
Very good. Good to talk to you guys. Thank you.
You bet.
Again, we've been visiting with Patrick Calloway and, of course, Rod Geese with Jones Grinding, the Parts Junction there in Beamer, one of the exhibitors here at this year's JanFest, online at kticradio.com.